to Revelations of a Delusional Knitter. This is episode 145. I am Angela, your host. It is the 30th again. It's December 30th, 2016, Friday, I think. I never know what day it is. If you're new, it's because I work a 4-on, 2-off schedule, so it's because I work any random day. Welcome if you are new. The show is on iTunes, YouTube, delusionalknitter.com, and I also post an embedded video in the Ravelry group, Revelations of a Delusional Knitter. I am on Instagram as Delusional Knitter, and if you are not a member of the Ravelry group, but you're on Ravelry, come on over and join. 2017 plans for the podcast. Like I said before, I'm going to record probably monthly now, and I also figured in the past I didn't always have a book review, but I usually record it every 2 weeks or so. Now that I'm going to record once a month, I'm going to probably review something every episode. So whether it's a book or a magazine, or maybe I'll go over one of my spinning wheels or things like that. So that should be exciting, and I'll have the whole month to prepare something, so that should be fun. Let's see, declarations, what's been going on? There was a lot of overtime in December, and one day, I keep looking over here because I'm trying something new and I have show notes written down, because when I used to do them on the computer, I would skip over things. I think if I have it written down, it's probably easier for me to see and get everything that's actually written down. On the computer, scrolling and stuff, I would end up skipping over many things. So, lots of overtime. I got forced once because my coworker forgot that he had overtime after me. So I had overtime 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. I usually work 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., so I had 4 hours after my shift. And it was 2, and he wasn't here yet. So I texted him and got no response. So I called him and left him a voicemail. And about 2:30 we figured that he was sleeping and forgot. So I got stuck until 6 a.m. Not a big deal, and it actually worked out better for me because the way the overtime schedule goes for the week is Thursday through Wednesday. So this put 8 hours into that check, and I had like 12 hours the next week. So instead of it being 16, it broke it up because we get whacked with taxes if we work, more than so many hours. So it actually worked out for me, but I had overtime that evening again, 10 to 2. So about 3:30, I said to the other coworker, I said, well, I guess he's working my overtime tonight. And she said, oh yeah, I'd ask him, that's only fair. And I said, oh no, it's not a question. He's working my overtime tonight. So then about 5:20, when he got up, he texted me, OMFG, which you know what that means. And I said, oh, hello. I guess you'll be working my overtime tonight then. And he said, yeah, what time is it? So it actually worked out better for me because Friday, so if I had worked my overtime Thursday night, I would have gotten out at 2 a.m. Friday I had a hair appointment at noon, and then in the evening we were going to see our friends for Christmas. So I got out at 10, got plenty of sleep, got up, went to my hair appointment. So it actually worked out for me, but we're not going to tell him that. So then Friday, which was Christmas Eve, we went to our friends, and we always like to go see them for that because their parents come out from Wisconsin, and we love their parents. His dad's wicked funny, his mom's wicked funny too, and his mom loves knitting and all those artsy craftsy kind of things, so her and I get along very well. And this year actually, he had said, the husband of this couple had said, hey, can you bring some of your knitting stuff to show my mom? Because I had shown him and his wife the Take It All shawl that I had done when they stopped by to visit us. That's also the wife I made the Pinguino mitts for. And I said, oh, absolutely. So I brought a whole bunch of stuff. And it was funny because when I was packing it up, I was like, I bet she's going to go bananas over the Peacock Shawl. It's a beaded shawl that I did last year. And she did. And when I was packing it up, I said, you know what? If she goes really bananas over this shawl, I'm just going to give it to her. She can have it because it sits in a drawer. I don't wear it, and she'll wear it, and she'll love it, and that's great. And she did. She went absolutely bananas over it, and I was like, do you want it? And she's like, oh, I couldn't take this. And I was like, are you going to wear it? Then you can have it because I'm not wearing it. So this was the Peacock Shawl that I had done before. And really, I just wanted to do it to beat it, Well, I probably would have worn it, but I'm also not really a blue person, so if I did it again, I'd probably do it in another color for myself anyway. I did that color because it was very peacocky, I thought, so that was fun, and I'm happy she went bananas over the shawl because I was happy to give it to her. And I got to see the penguin pillow. I have pictures that I will post on the Ravelry group of me with the penguin pillow. That's the penguin pillow that I made for Beth. And they love it, and they send me pictures of it all the time. They sent me a picture of it the other day with the bike helmet on. They do all kinds of crazy stuff with it in their apartment and sent me pictures of it. So it was like the best gift ever. What else has been going on? So my inspection sticker on my truck expired in September, and I had done all the suspension work, the front end suspension, and my friend always yells at me because my truck has a lift kit in it, which means it's lifted, it's higher than normal. And that really stretches out all the ball joints and all the suspension stuff in there, and they wear out quicker. So he's always on me to get rid of the lift kit, and I'm like, no, it's part of the reason why I bought that truck. So that was $900 because like the whole front end suspension needed to be redone. I told him if it keeps doing that, then we'll pull the lift kit. But we don't know how long that stuff's been in there. I only bought the truck last year. Could have been in there for years. I don't know. So since September, I've been driving around with an expired inspection sticker and had no problem whatsoever. I would not have a problem in the city where I work, which is only a few miles from my house, and I really don't go that far. Really don't go that, driving around that much. So it wasn't a problem. Well, in the 3 days before I got a new sticker, I got pulled over twice. And it just worked out that I ended up getting pulled over. The first time, I was pulling out, and there was a cop right here, and I saw him, and I was like, oh, hope he doesn't see me. Bright, clear, sunny day. I'm pulling out, so I'm only going like 10 miles an hour. Pulled me over. And I barely got to explain, and he walked back to his cruiser, and I was like, oh my god. And then I look in their review and see him writing. And I'm like, oh my god, he's writing me a ticket. You gotta be kidding me. So he comes back up, and he hands me, and he says, this is a warning. There's no penalty. There's no fee. And I said, look it, I'm a dispatcher. I know what a warning is. And thank you very much for only giving me a warning. So, and it said Merry Christmas on it. So I get away with that. And then that's when I went for my hair appointment. Then we went to Scott and Beth's, which I was fine because it was dark out by then. Then Tuesday, I was driving it to my friend's shop because what happened was after I got all the suspension work done, my fuel pump gauge died. So the check engine light was on and the fuel gauge didn't work. You can't get a sticker in Massachusetts if the check engine light's on. And I just dumped $900. So, I was driving it to Dave's to drop it off for him to replace the fuel pump so that would be all taken care of. And I took the highway because you're less likely to get pulled over there because, they really can't see your sticker if there's even a trooper on the highway. And I'm thinking to myself, should I get off in Westford or Chelmsford? Westford or Chelmsford? Because both exits are kind of the same distance from his shop. And I'm like, I'll get off in Westford, it's fine. That road's really busy, they probably won't even see. I pull off the highway, I stop at the light, there's a big intersection, and then I need to go this way and then straight to his shop. As I'm taking the corner, there's a FedEx truck, like a big tractor trailer, pulling into the marketplace there. And as he pulls in, I continue by. So I'm doing like 5 miles an hour because I went around the truck into the other lane. It's a 2-lane road. And there's a cop. And I'm like, oh, God. So I'm driving, and now there's another car behind me. And I'm like, good, maybe he didn't see. I get a little ways up the road, pulls me over. I'm like, oh my god. He comes up to the window. He's not even at the window yet, and I'm already explaining. I'm driving it to my friend's shop. I know the sticker's bad. I'm getting it fixed. I'm gonna go get a sticker. And I'm a dispatcher. Please don't give me a ticket. And he's like, oh, good. So you know what I pulled you over for. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I'm getting it fixed right now. And he's like, okay. So he just asked me a bunch of questions. And he's like, I'm sorry to ask you a bunch of questions, but my lieutenant really doesn't like us giving verbal warnings. He really likes us to document all of our motor vehicle stops and, have written stuff and blah, blah, blah. But, here's your paperwork. I'll figure something out. I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, I have a sticker now, so I'm all set, but oh my god, crazy. I drove around for 2 months, 3 months without a sticker. I had no problems. Then as I'm trying to finally get it fixed, I get pulled over. We have a new bunny. I got a little lion head. I would have brought him in here, but he's still little and a little skittish, so I'm worried he'll try to jump off me and land on the floor, but His name is Ike. I will put pictures in the Ravelry group. He's super cute. So a lion head is essentially an Angora bunny, except their whole body doesn't have fur. Like his ears are naked, his face is naked, his whole back is naked. Not naked, but short fur, you know what I mean. And his belly's naked, and his feet. So much easier maintenance than an Angora bunny, and he's also a dwarf. Lion heads are a dwarf breed, so he's teeny tiny. He's about this big. Super cute. We're having a lot of fun with him, so I will put some pictures in of him. Revelations, what I've been working on. So I mentioned on the last episode that Project Peace Cowl, so I've been working on that. I'm into my second skein of yarn, and I only have 2 repeats left, and it will be done. So it's a really cool pattern. It's lots of fun, kind of mindless, and it's got a nice texture to it, so that's what it looks like. I wish I had realized, because some people that made more than one did this. So you can either just do a normal bind off or you can do an I-cord bind off. But I noticed somebody else that did the project realized this on her second one, and she did an I-cord bind on, so both sides will match. I think I'm just going to do a regular bind off on bigger needles, because I don't know, maybe it's mild OCD, but I have a problem with one side being I-cord and one side not, if it's not like a shawl where it's a completely different end. Because this is just a cowl. So I'm probably just going to do a regular bind off. So this should be done soon. And I like it a lot. It's a really nice pattern. And, whoa, that was loud, sorry. I did restart my making Christmas socks. And those are going well. They actually fit this time. So I have no idea what happened before, because I'm pretty sure I was on size 1s, because I measured the gauge before I ripped out the other sock and started again, and I was getting about 8 stitches per inch. For the other ones I did 64 stitches, and they were enormous. They were just huge. And this time I only went down to 60 because of the gauge. If it's 8 stitches per inch, if I go any lower than 60, they're going to be too tight. And this time around they work fine. They're normal, what I usually get for socks, so I don't know what that was all about. But this is Play It Life Fiber Arts. The colorway is Making Christmas. That's a Nightmare Before Christmas reference, and it's a lot of fun. It's really cool. So I'm just going to do, I have my 2 toes. Actually, this one I ripped out completely and started over again. This one I ripped back to the toe and then continued on until I got 60 stitches again. But they're the same, because I was worried that the gauge would be off. That's why I completely ripped out the first one. When I went to pick up the second one again, the toes looked exactly the same, so I figured I would just not have to redo the whole toe again. So I have 2 toes, and I'm moving on, so that's going well. And all I'm going to do for that is a regular plain vanilla sock with a Fish Lips Kiss heel, and that's that. So, yeah, I don't know what the huge difference is. I don't know why it was... There's no way 4 stitches caused that much of a difference. I showed them on a previous episode, and there was about an inch or more excess to my foot. It was crazy. String theory. I am spinning. I meant to grab that bobbin before I started. I'll go grab it. I am spinning some Cheviot on Cassandra. And here's one bobbin so far. I actually have another bobbin that's also full that's done over there, but it's actually on the flyer. So this is Cheviot from Into the World. And what I was going to do for these ones is I took 2 colorways and I'm going to apply them together. So what I did was I took the braid. This is the braid for the bobbin that you just saw. I split it into thirds. I'm going to spin up 3 bobbins. Then I have this braid, which I will split into thirds, and I will have 3 bobbins. I'm actually going to do 1 skein first, so I don't run out of bobbins. So I'm going to spin up a third of this next. I'm going to 3-ply it with the 2 of the other color, and then do the opposite for the rest, because then I'll have 2 and 1 left over. And that's what I'm going to do, because I wanted to do that for a long time. Mix 2 Into the World braids. These are both the same fiber, they're both Cheviot, but I thought they would go together very well. Those 2 colorways. So that's exciting. What else do I have? I'm spinning for January for the Yarn Therapy Zone spin along. The spindle maker is John-Galen, and he makes awesome Tockley spindles. I have one over here with really horrible spinning on it. So here's an example of his spindles. He's got two types. He's got the one like this with the beads and the wooden whirl, like that. These are the smaller, lighter ones usually. And then he's got bigger ones like this. This one's pretty heavy, with more of a, almost like a Tibetan, like, I don't know what they're called, pokyo? Like P-O-K-Y-O kind of spindle. So they can have hooks or they cannot have hooks, which I will show you in a minute. So here's one. This one I got myself earlier in December, and I don't know if the camera's going to show it, but it's got like a gold, it's got gold flecks in there. Boy, I'm shaking a lot today. I think I had a little too much caffeine. Then there's smaller ones. This one my husband got me for Christmas. It was on my list. So it's got a cool bead on it and a really cool whirl. This one's also the black with the gold flecks, and it has a hook. Then I wanted to try one, because all those three have hooks. I wanted to try one without a hook, so I bought one recently without a hook. Merry Christmas to me. It's the same one as that last one I just showed you pretty much, except it's a different color. So this one has no hook. And essentially all he does is he chops the hook off and sands it down for you. They all work the same. I really don't find a huge difference, and I really can't say that I like one more than the other. So, and then I got a bowl. Since he's the January spindle maker, we've been talking about him a lot on that group, and he's showing us all of his new stuff. So I also got, with that purple spindle, I got a bowl, and this bowl is crazy. So it's I think it's stainless steel. It's quite heavy, which is awesome, because a lot of my bowls, since I'm so skinny in my lap, they tip and fall between my legs. This one is so heavy it doesn't move at all. And it's got a nice medallion on the bottom. And I don't know how the camera's going to pick up this color, but it is like a metallic purple. It's really nice color. And it's got a wood ring. You can get a wood base, like a big square base, or you can get a ring. Essentially, all I'm using the ring for is when I'm not using it, so that it's not sitting on the medallion, so that it sits on the desk like that. And it's awesome. The other thing that's awesome about it is those are metal spindles. The tip is metal. I was using some other bowls, mostly in ceramic and metal bowls. It makes this awful, like, squeechy, squelching sound. It's this horrible sound. Doesn't make it on this because of the paint, so that's awesome. The other spindle that I'm using with these for the January spin along is a hip string spindle, and it's also a Tockley type spindle, and it's got a carbon shaft and a nice cool designed, it's like an acrylic whirl, and this one's got a dragon on it. I've had this one forever, never used it, finally using it, and that one's got its own bowl, which is a glass bowl. It's also a really nice bowl because it is super heavy too, and it's also got the dragon in there as well. So I'm really excited, having a lot of fun spinning these. And what I was doing with those is I took a braid of Into the World. I'm sure you've heard before. I have so much Into the World, it's not even funny. And most of them are like this, where they're all mingled colors. And what I did is I split it all up into separate colors. So like this is the pink, it's got way more pink. And supported spinning does much better with a woolen prep. So I have hand cards. I'm carding it to blend into the color as well as open up the fiber and make for a nice fluffy preparation to spin with. And as you can see, it's working very well. I like it a lot. I tried doing roll eggs, but roll eggs and I don't get along very well. And what I realized was the most easiest and fun spinning I do on supported spindles is little fiber samples that you get from vendors. You know, they just pop a little sample in there, which is usually just a bit of fluff. It's not really top or anything like that. It's just literally a little handful of fluff. So that's all I'm doing. I'm just carding it, and then I'm just pulling it off the card just like that. So it's just like a little bit of fluff. So here's one. So all I did was card it, and then I just pulled it right off the card. So it's like that, and then I'll just pull a chunk off And I usually start from the fold, but I'll also, you know, like that's from the fold and then you spin from this, or I'll just take it and hold it very gently and spin from that, and that's working out awesome. So I'm glad I figured that out. So that should be fun. I have no idea what I'm going to do when I'm finished. I can do a gradient, or I can do a multiple ply with the colors. I haven't figured that out yet. But it's a lot of fun. And you can see, here's a chunk that's split up. You can see all the different colors, but then when I blend them together, it really looks like one color when it's all blended. So that's a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying that a lot. So that's it for string theory. I will have a book review for this episode. I have to go and do it. It's going to be Double or Nothing by Alasdair Post-Quinn, and it's about double knitting. I'm really excited about it. I actually looked at the book and did the review yesterday, but I have to record it. So I will insert that here. This is a review of Double or Nothing, Reversible Knitting for the Adventurous by Alasdair Post-Quinn. It is published by Falling Blocks Designs. The ebook is $17.95. The print and ebook combo is $29.95. You can also get the signed combo for $30.95. It's really a technique book. It's full of information, but there's also 14 patterns in it. I'll show you the table of contents. As you can see here, Chapter 1, Foundations and Basic Techniques, that goes all the way from page 18 to 44 is just technique information, and then on 46 there's a pattern. So each chapter is like that. There's a ton of information about the technique, and then there's a pattern. So it's really impressive, and I'll show you some of the technique stuff that's in there. I will also show you at the beginning there's a pattern browser, so all of the patterns are laid out like this with the page numbers on them, so you can easily find them. And there are also clickable links. If you click on the page number, you can go right directly to that pattern. There's a global key for all the patterns that shows you the symbols and what they mean. There's also a glossary of all the terms and what they mean. And then at the beginning of the book, there's an introduction all about the book, and also throughout the book is this craft story, or how I became a knitting designer of note. So sprinkled throughout the book is information about the designer and author. I will show you there's also an exercise. If you've never done double knitting before, you can do this simple exercise chart to test out your double knitting. And this is how the entire book is. The charts are very clear, the pictures are very clear, it's full of information and pictures and all kinds of stuff. I also have a picture example for you of an actual technique. Here you can see tons and tons of pictures so you can see what you're doing. And they're very, very clear. Now I'll show you some of the patterns that jumped out at me. We have Hesperos, which is this awesome scarf. So it's all double knitting, so it's all reversible, so it doesn't matter which side you're looking at. And I will show you on this one how the patterns are laid out. So you have the cover page with the picture of the pattern, you have your finished size and your materials and tools and your gauge and all the information you need for the pattern. Then each pattern has this, where it's got all kinds of information about what the design is and how it came to be. And then you have your symbols and your charts and some pattern notes if they're applicable. And here's an example of a chart. They're huge. They're very clear, very easy to see. They're really, really great. The next one is Ateria 2. So I'm assuming there was an Ateria 1 at some point. And that's a hat. And as you can see, it's got awesome, awesome color work and an awesome design. Then we have Renelva. Those are some awesome mitts, and as you can see, they're the reverse of each other as far as the colors go. Then we have Spring Willow. That's an awesome colorwork scarf. And a dented. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing any of these correctly, by the way. Well, spring willow, I'm pretty sure. That is that gorgeous shawl that's pictured on the front cover. It's really amazing. It's crazy. Then we have an appendix, which has more information about double knitting that wouldn't quite fit into the rest of the book. So that's really cool. It also mentions his first book, Extreme Double Knitting. So if you're interested in double knitting at all, you should check out both of them. That one's more of a slip stitch kind of a double knitting kind of thing. Then we have acknowledgements and bibliography, which is quite extensive. That's a lot of double knitting stuff. And about the author. So I was very, very impressed with this book. It is just full of information. I couldn't believe. I really thought it was just a pattern book when I first looked at it, but it is just absolutely chock full of information and techniques, and the photographs are excellent, and the charts are excellent, and there's just so much in this book. Again, it's Double or Nothing, Reversible Knitting for the Adventurous by Alasdair Post-Quinn, published by Falling Blocks Designs. The ebook is $17.95. The print and ebook is $29.95, or you can get the signed combo for $30.95. And, like I said, we're also going to have a giveaway for one free copy of the ebook on my Ravelry group. So that was our book review, and we will have a giveaway for one free copy of the ebook that I will post a thread on the Ravelry board once I've posted this episode. Next month, like I said, I'm going to do a review, hopefully, of something for every episode. And next month for January, I plan on doing Ply Magazine. I've actually been a subscriber since the first issue. And I will also show you my spinning journal notebook. Let's see, Testaments. I have quite a bit of stuff because we had Christmas too. So I showed you those spindles already. I got those recently. I ordered from Blaine Fleece and Fiber. I got some goodies from there. And what I got was, I got 4 ounces of Elke. That's an Icelandic sheep, and she's not available anymore because she was part of the original herd, I believe, but she has since passed away, so she's no longer around, but she was this lovely, lovely brown color. So I have 4 ounces of that. I got 4 ounces of Mikey, because I enjoyed spinning him up so much when I did the 3-ply yarn with the 3 different sheep, so I got 4 ounces of Mikey to spin up. So that's exciting. And then I got 2 bats. One I had ordered previously, but she asked me if she could just ship everything together, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm not going to spin it anytime soon. So part of her Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them bats in November was Thunderbird. This is probably not going to show up at all in the camera, but it is absolutely gorgeous. It's like a white and like a creamy caramel color, and then there's some Angelina in there, but the Angelina is like a rainbow color. So the strand of Angelina, depending on which way, it's almost like a diamond. Depending on which way you hold it to the light, you're getting red or green or yellow or blue. It's really, really cool. I'm really excited about it. So that's one bat. And then she was doing custom bats, and you could just give her an idea. So I said, well, The Nightmare Before Christmas is like my favorite movie ever. So she did, and they call him Sandy Claus, which made me giggle because I love that part in the movie. You know, because they're Halloween, so they think Santa Claus is like this monster. So they think he's like a big lobster monster with claws. And it's awesome. It's magenta-y purple, red, orange, a little bit of yellow. There's Angelina and Firestar in there, so it's all sparkly. It's very exciting. I'm very excited about that one. So that was that order. Then I got a tote bag. She was doing a fundraiser for Lumos, which is J.K. Rowling's charity, so she was selling tote bags, and purple was offered, so of course I got the purple. So there's my tote bag. And it's got all my Christmas stuff in it. So, Christmas stuff is next. I got, well, first let me show you one of my coworkers. I got her, we always, like, love snacks at work, like Cheez-Its and chips and all kinds of snacks. So I got her a huge bag of snacks. I got her some like Cheez-Its and some Oreos and some chips and a whole bunch of stuff. She got me, this was super cute, she got me a Jack Skellington, a Dapper Jack Skellington pop. So that's awesome. And she also, because I always complain my feet are cold, she got me some Hogwarts socks. So I have every house here. So that's really cool. And they still smell like it. I was laughing because I kept complaining that my hair was all staticky in the winter. And so I have a can of Static Guard and some dryer sheets that also were like the gag part of the gift, but it was just super funny. From hubby, I got a bunch of good stuff. I got some yarn from, I don't even know where this is from. I just went on Etsy and like sent him a list of stuff. This is Dye Works, and they're wound now. When I looked at them, they were in the skein, but it's these awesome Halloween-y colors with a matching like sock and toe. So it's like a sock set. I love it. And then I got some fiber. He got me some, so I said any sweet rolls from Woolly Witch, and so he picked out the colors. So this is Mushrooms and Moss and Maleficent, which I don't know how this is going to show, but it's gorgeous. It's black and purple with like greenish Angelina. And this one made me laugh a lot. It's Hulk Smash. It's an awesome purple with green. So I have a sweet roll downstairs. I'm wondering if I should spin them all up together, because actually it would be 4 ounces with the fourth one, because the one I have downstairs is white with green and purple. I'm wondering if I should do like a gradient with these. That would look really cool. So that's that. I got a bag from Silver Shed. It's sheep that are yarn. It's so cute. And I had this bat, unless it's a different bat, not the actual bat, but I had a bat on my favorites list forever from this shop, which is Upstream Alpacas, and it's 80% black baby alpaca and 20% hand-dyed silk. So I can't even believe it's still there, because I swear it's like years I had this in my favorites. I'm not sure if it's the same bat, like I said, maybe it's a different one, but or maybe there were multiples, but it's gorgeous. It's black with like rainbow. So that should be exciting. And it's 4 ounces, I think. Yeah, 4 ounces. So I got all those goodies. And I also got my Into the World December Club shipment, which is Romney. And the colorway is Elvin's in the Shire. It's a really cool colorway. I'm wondering, this one I might also do like I did with the Cheviot. I probably have another braid of Romney downstairs that would fit really well with this, and I can ply them up together. I'll have to see how that goes. So I think that's it for Testaments. I got some John-Galen spindles and all those goodies, so that was fun. Intentions, Delusional Knitter Designs, 2017 plans. I do have a list of things I would like to design in 2017. I'm hoping to get out like 6 patterns for the year. That would be really good. The next one I was going to work on was going to be some colorwork socks, I think. So we'll have to see how that goes. Hair's Day. Hogwarts at Ravelry is on break right now until January 1st. And they changed it up so that it's going to kind of go with the calendar year now. We used to have 5 rotations per year, and now we're going to have 4, so that's kind of exciting. And lots of other good stuff. The last rotation I did really well. I had like 263 points, I think. But I also was a professor, so I got points for that. And I did a study hall too, I think so. Unless that was the rotation before, I don't remember. But whatever. The Epic Knit-Along on my board will be ending tomorrow. That was the year-long Knit-Along, so get your entries in, and I will do prizes for that in January. Blaine Fleece and Fiber is collecting blanket squares, 6-inch blanket squares, for breaking the world record of the biggest blanket knit. So she's going to ship them off. She's not doing that. There's a group that's doing that. And then once they're done measuring, they're gonna donate all the blankets to the Red Cross. So, it's a good cause and an interesting thing. If you go to the Blaine Fleece and Fiber group, the details are there. On my group, we are gonna do the 2017 ornament swap again, But we're also, I did a poll, and it seemed like everybody also wanted to do like a mid-year swap as well. So we'll do one in June or July, and I'll put the details. We'll have plenty of time like we did for the last one. So new podcasts, I don't have any. Ravelry Patterns, I do have some to show you. Let's see what those are. I have the Sockhead Cowl. So that's the same as the Sockhead hat. It's by Kelly McClure. It's free. It uses fingering weight yarn, and so it's pretty much a cowl that will match your Sockhead hat if you've ever made a Sockhead hat. So I've queued that one up because I want to make that. The Ghost Gardens Shawlette is $5. It uses fingering weight yarn. It's by Colleen Kinnersley. It's just it's fairly simple, but it's a really gorgeous design with the picots and the lace at the bottom. I really liked it. So that's that one. I think I got it free. I'm not sure if it's free anymore. There was a coupon code to get it for free. Oh no, wait, it's right here. It's free until January 1st, 2017. So you can still get it for free. You might have to poke around. I think actually if you just add it to your cart, it automatically deducts. So if you like that, go and grab it. And then the Gemstone Lace Blanket, that's a crochet blanket. It's also free. It uses worsted, I believe. It's just really nice, scallopy kind of blanket. Looks really good in those colors. So those are your Ravelry patterns. I did also, I forgot to pull it up. I wanted to show you. I had the yarn that I reviewed before from Louette, and I was going to do fingerless mitts with it, but I decided I would like to do something challenging right now, because most of the things I've been working on have been like plain vanilla socks and that piece cowl. I found a brioche hat that I really liked, and I wanted to try and do that with those two colors. I don't know when I looked at it because I don't see it in my history, although it should be, because it wasn't that long ago that I found it. Oh, here it is. It's really gorgeous. It's called Rosencrantz. It's by Katrin Schubert. It's $4 European. I think it would look great in those colors though. That's the hat. So I think I'm going to do that. It calls for DK, but this yarn's like a pretty light worsted, so I think I can make it work. So I'm going to do that hat in these two colors. So that's it for your Ravelry patterns. What are we on to here? Bullet journal. I am so excited. I found a purple one! And not for $30. It was only like $21. So I have a new book for 2017, which I'm super excited about. I barely started putting stuff in there, but I'm very happy that I found another purple book. It's been going really good. I can show you my December calendar. I don't think I showed that before, but that was fun. And I really have to start putting stuff in this book because it's like one more day, right? So there is a thread on the Ravelry group now for bullet journaling. Somebody brought it up, and I thought it was an excellent idea because it seems like a lot of us do bullet journals. I got my new book, I told you. I barely tried it, but I got a new pen I'm super excited about. It's a fountain pen from Pilot. It's purple, of course, right? So I've barely gotten to try it, but I will talk more about it when I've gotten to try it. So it's like your traditional, calligraphy pen. And I have purple ink in it, so that's super exciting. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm also trying now to put my podcast notes in the bullet journal to see how that goes instead of doing it on the computer. And so far I don't think I've skipped anything. Delusional Jabber, Arts and Crafts. So I'm determined this year to make time to do Zentangling and coloring and other, cross stitching and stuff like that. I did the other day go through this room because I have a lot of coloring books and pencils and markers and all kinds of stuff, and I organized everything so it's all together now. So if I do want to go do it, I don't have to go hunting around for something. Like I had some coloring books in the bookcase over here, somewhere over there on the floor. They were all over the place. Now it's all together. It's in one of those drawers back there. Reading. I finished Discovery of Witches. That was very good. I finished The Princess Bride. I listened to on Audible. It was the abridged version, but I just wanted to listen to something short while I was spinning. I finished Summer Night. That's one of the Dresden Files books. I finished Wool by Hugh Howey, and that one was excellent. I will continue on with that series, but Wool is very, very good. And I also finished and started and finished The Witches by Roald Dahl. And that one brings me to 2017. I plan on reading and listening to majority of books that are movies. So I'm going to do the book and then go watch the movie. And in some cases I've already seen the movie, but I never read the book. In some cases I've read the book before, but never seen the movie, vice versa. So that'll be fun just to redo. Last year I read the whole Harry Potter series again, and each time I finished a book I would go and watch the movie, and that was a lot of fun. So I know I have a ton of Kindle or Audible books that are movies. So like I have Cloud Atlas, I have Stardust, I had The Witches, Neverending Story, Jaws, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, like all kinds of genres and all kinds of different things. So I'm really excited about that. Movies, I watched, so for Christmas I worked. One of the officers' families brought in prime rib and mashed potatoes, which was awesome because that was my dinner. And I watched Scrooged with Bill Murray, and I had a lot of fun. I've seen that before, but it's been many, many, many years. And I had a great time eating my prime rib and watching Scrooged. Recently I watched Identity Thief. That was with, I can't think of the guy's name, but it's Melissa McCarthy. I don't know, he was in Arrested Development. I can't think of his name, but that was pretty good. That was really funny. I started watching Step Brothers yesterday, and it was very funny, but I fell asleep because I think my coworker gave me her plague, and I think I have a cold right now, and I was just really worn down from working a lot of overtime and running around to get my truck fixed, so I pretty much slept almost all day yesterday. So I have to go finish that one, because I was enjoying it a lot. One of my coworkers kept telling me I had to watch it, because she would keep saying references to it, and I'm like, I don't follow. What are you talking about? And she's like, would you watch the movie, damn it? It's like, okay. I watched The Witches, because I finished that book, and that was really, I don't know that I feel like I've seen the movie before. It seemed very familiar, but it's like 1990, I think it came out, so it's been a long time. But that was fun. Again, I read the book, and then I watched the movie, like, right after. And I also watched the other week, The Night Before, and if you like that type of movie, like Pineapple Express, or, I'm trying to think of other ones in that genre, This Is the End, like those kind of, if you like those, you will really like this one. It's very funny. It's about three friends who spend every Christmas Eve together because one of the friends' parents died in a car accident, got hit by a drunk driver when they were younger, when they were like 15, 16. So every year they've done that, and now because of their careers or families or whatever, this is the last one. So they really go all out and go to a crazy party and stuff. And one is having a baby soon, so his wife, this is your last boys' night, she buys him a bunch of drugs. So he's got a box of like crack and coke and meth and all kinds of stuff. And that's Seth Rogen's character. So during the movie, he is high as a kite, and it is absolutely hysterical. It's really funny. TV, I finished Ash vs. Evil Dead, which was awesome, and season 3 is confirmed, so yay! That's one of my favorites. I finished Gotham. I marathoned Gotham at work and finished that, and that was really good. So now I am marathoning Lucifer, because I'm about 5 episodes behind on that, and that is also very good as usual. I'm not sure if I finished Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency, or if I have one more episode to go that wasn't out yet. But I really enjoyed that one. And now, what I usually do before bed is I watch a sitcom. So last month I was watching Grounded for Life, which is a really good one. And this month I've been watching Third Rock from the Sun, if you remember that one. I go back to like old sitcoms and I'll just like binge watch them and watch the whole thing, so that's a lot of fun. Third Rock was with John Lithgow, and I think she's one of the Cagney and Lacey ladies. I forget her actual name, but French Stewart. That one's awesome. I like that one a lot. And what's his face? Jonathan Gordon Levitt. I don't know if I got his name right. He was in the night before, too. So, serendipity. Things just go together, right? That's how it works. That's how life works. So that one's a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying that one. And I think that's all I have for this episode, and I think I actually covered everything on my show notes and didn't skip anything. So I think from now on, I will be using my bullet journal for show notes. Also, the thing is, when I have the Word document on the computer, I'll think of something, not have my computer on, and then forget to write it down. So then I'll forget to talk about it that way. But with the notebook, I can just run in here and scribble something on the page, and then I won't forget. So, it's going to be New Year's soon. I am working, but I work 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., so we usually don't have a lot of trouble on New Year's Eve. It's the shift after me that has to deal with the crap. So, yay, because I don't remember last year being bad at all. And that's about it. So, I'm excited for a new year. I'm excited to have a fresh start to things. We've lost way too many celebrities in 2016. Carrie Fisher died the other day, and then her mom died like the day after. Awful. Awful. So I hope you all had a very good Christmas and holiday, and I hope you have a very good New Year. And I'm also going to put on the Ravelry group a new thread for like a welcome thread. So even if you've been watching forever, if you could come out and say hello, and say where you're from, and you know, how long you've been watching, and what you like, or whatever. I'd really appreciate it for 2017 to get like a whole bunch of people to tell me that they're watching. I would really like that. So I thank you for joining me, and happy knitting and spinning.